December the 15th, my son was executed by the Philadelphia Police Department. Shot below his left ear. They say my son struggled with the gun. I know that's not true. And everybody out there protesting knows it's not true either. Now, I can sit here and tell you how great my son was and the things he did and all that. But that might come later. Brandon was a hard-working young man. He got out of prison after doing a little time and came home, and all he wanted to do was work, make his mom and me and his sisters and brothers proud. Brandon would always come around his sisters and brothers and see the success that they had, and he wanted that success. My son sent me a picture of him driving one day in a car, and he was working, and somehow he ended up on these rich people's property. I guess that's when you take the car to it. He was amazed at what he saw. He was astonished because he wanted to live this life. He wanted to work that hard to achieve that goal. He never stopped. So for all you people out there who don't know my son, I will tell you about my son. He loved sports. That's what he did in his spare time. He played ball, basketball from sun up to sundown. Lifted weights, played with his brothers and sisters. And he even visited his older brothers and sisters, Dominique and Terrell. And found that he wanted what they had, his own apartment, his own car, and he wanted to go back to school. On December 14th of this year, my birthday, my son called to wish me a happy birthday. "Old man, your Cowboys going down," he said, because he was an Eagle fan. All he knew was fill up his pride. My son told me that he had an apartment and that he was about ready to roll back into school. And I couldn't have been no prouder of a man that was knocked down and had every strike against him. But he never wavered, never faltered one time to go back in that situation. I too have been in that situation. I too had to come back out in society and prove myself over and over again. As I have and I continue to do, my son was doing. We often spoke about times that when it got hard for him. And he, "Dad, what did you do?" "I prayed, son. I prayed. And I let the Lord take my burdens. And he showed me the way." Brandon loved to do crazy things, and of course we all do. And what people are telling you was he was soon to be a father, his first, a baby boy. So the hurt and the pain that one night of misunderstanding has put upon me, I can't bear. My son is not here. This is what I'm left with, the memories of the brightest smile that I've ever seen in my life. They often said my child smiled like me. I can't smile anymore. My heart won't let me smile because somebody on December 15th took that smile away from me. They left my son lying dead, cold, on a curb in Fairfield or Mayfield or wherever the hell it was. My son was laying. And his mother, Tanya Brown, is out there marching with people who love my child, loved our child. And she's to be commended for that, and all you supporters that are supporting her, please continue to. Me, I can't do it. because I know the person I am. And I know that it'd be somebody who was saying something smart, and I wouldn't last that long. But I want y'all to understand this. Because I'm not there doesn't mean I'm not. I will fight for justice for my child. I can't sleep. I can't eat. Every day is a struggle to get up, knowing there's two people out there going home to their families, got a job to go to. My son never will come home to his family again, never will go to work again. I ask myself time and time again, how is it that one human life is more important than another? Because I understand if a cop gets shot, in the manner in which my son did, they will shut down the entire city, turn over every stone there is to turn over to find out what happened to that police officer. My child, they're trying to cover it up. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He deserves to be at peace. And God only knows my child is not at peace because he knows justice has not been done yet. Because the police that shot him and beat him has not been tried and held accountable yet. When them days come, I promise you this, I will be there. I will hold the hand of my child's mother and stand beside her as we seek justice for our son. Now, you people out there who may have something negative to say, understand this. No parent, under any circumstances, should have to bury their own at such a young age. I don't believe in the race card. I don't believe in eye for an eye. I believe that we have some trigger-happy police officers, not only in Philadelphia but abroad, and these police officers give other police officers a bad name. Well, my mom always told me if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a damn duck. So for the police officers that's sitting back doing nothing, you're just as bad as the ones that do. All we're asking for is the justice of our son, Brandon Tate Brown. If you think that this is going to go away, it's not. We're not going anywhere. We will never, ever go anywhere. So I thank you all for your standing in my son's name, in our son's name. I thank you all for the protest that you're doing. And I continue to ask you to be safe. Because God knows, I see and read every day what they're doing down there. So use your better judgment. Don't put yourself out in front of anything. And let justice come to us. Because it will come. As I've said before, my son was a great man who was taught from childhood that there is no greater person alive than the Lord Jesus Christ. Brandon showed me that greatness in life and even more so in death. He didn't even fight back. How can a man fight when he was fearful of police? My son got robbed at gunpoint. He didn't call a cop. He called me and asked me what to do because Dad, he said, I'm on parole. I can't have no contact with police. They may lock me up. And I had to explain to my son the difference. You are a victim now. They have to come take your report. He said, Dad, what am I going to do? They have my wallet, my address, all my information. And son, don't worry. Everything's going to be okay. So my son went from somebody who's fearful of the police to fighting the police. who gave the police everything they asked for and begged with him and pleaded with him to call his boss to prove that the car was not stolen. I ask you, Philadelphia, I ask you to release the film to show what happened December the 15th, 2:45 in the morning. If my son was wrong, then I'm wrong. If my son is right, then y'all are wrong. We want to know, one way or another. So you can stop hiding behind that blue shield. We know where you are. We know who you are. All we ask is somebody sit down, explain to us what really happened that night. Police officers are supposed to protect and serve, not to kill and hide. We're not supposed to be fearful of those that are supposed to protect us. I don't understand no more. I put on my pants leg, one pants leg at a time, just like y'all do. I get up and go to work every day, just like y'all do. I pay my taxes, just like y'all do. And I don't pay taxes to watch young black men keep dropping like flies because police decide it's time for them to go. I want to know, what oath did you take to become judge and jury? What oath did you take to become an executioner? Young lives matter. All lives matter. This is what you are faced with now. This is what you have to deal with now.